बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सन्तोषिणी जगन्माता मम सौभाग्यवृद्धये नमस्करोमि भक्त्या त्वां प्रसन्ना वरदा भव। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। So we have been seeing Niti Shatakam. So we have to see today verse number 26. प्राणाघातन्निवृत्ति परधनहरणे संयमः सत्यवाक्यं काले शक्त्या प्रधानं युवति जनकथा मूकभावः परेषाम् तृष्णाश्रोतो विभङ्गो गुरुषु च विनयः सर्वभूतानुकम्पा सामान्यः सर्वशस्त्रेष्वनुपहतविधिः श्रेयसामेषपन्थाः. Very beautiful verse. Bhartrihari prescribes the lifestyle which is a means for prosperity and growth, material as well as spiritual. So follow this lifestyle and you will grow in life, both materially and spiritually. Yeshaha, this lifestyle, panthaha, yeshaha panthaha is the marga, the road. Shreyasam, leading to Shreyas as well as Prayas. Shreyas and Prayas. Shreyas is lasting happiness. Prayas is short-lived happiness. So these are things, both. All material happinesses are short-lived. Spiritual joy is more lasting. This is the idea, simple way. Now what are the rules? He prescribed a few rules here. The first one is Pranaghatan Nivrittihi. Aghataha means himsa. Wound, hurt, pain, affliction, torment, torture, all these meanings are there. So pranaghataha means pranahimsa, or pranihimsa. Nivritti means withdrawal. So the first rule is withdraw from pranihimsa. The word prani includes all living beings. Remember that Manushya is also a prani. We all have got prana, therefore we are all pranis. Therefore follow ahimsa to the maximum extent possible. Let himsa be the least. There may be some inevitable himsa while living, but our aim is to minimize that. So ahimsa is the first rule. The second rule is paradhana harane samyamaha. Paradhana harana means possessing somebody else's property, wealth, misappropriation, illegal possession, unrighteous possession is paradhana haranam. Samyamam means withdrawal or avoidance. So by all means avoid any possession which does not legitimately belong to you. The other person may not know that I am having his possession. He may not even ask it from you. Whether he asks or not, that is not the question. If I have somebody else's possession, it is my duty to give it back. Thus, I don't possess anybody else's wealth. Whether it is another person, another community, or even government's money. So what legitimately belongs to the government, better give it off. This is called the value of aparigraha, because that can eat away a person. Therefore, paradhana harane samyamaha is the second virtue. Then the third rule is satyavakyam, truthful speech, about which I have already talked to you. Satyam, there are so many satyam, vada, priyam vada, hitam vada, all those things we discussed last time. Whenever we talk about speaking truth, the value is more a negative value than positive. Now what I mean is, we need not speak all the truth. If a person is not very intelligent, you need not tell him. I tell you the truth, you are a fool. You don't have to tell him that. Therefore, always remember that Satyavakyam does not mean we should speak all the truth. If you are speaking, speak the truth. Or you can keep quiet, silent. Therefore, speaking the truth is avoidance of untruth. Satya Kathanam is equal to Anartha or Asatya Varjanam. Anartha Varjanam is the third rule. Then the fourth virtue is Kale Shaktya Pradhanam. Regularly give charity. Kale Pradhanam means Dhanam is prescribed regularly at appropriate time. At particular places, Dhanam is supposed to be more sacred. Kshetre Dhanam is more Punyam. Dhanam is more Punyam at the right time, like the Grahana Kalam or Marana Kalam. Since we don't know when we are going to die, the practice is that after that person dies, on behalf of the person, the children do varieties of Dhanam. Thus, Dhanam is prescribed at the right time and at the right place. So it is said in Gita, Bhagavan 17th chapter, Bhagavan said, Dhatavya midiyat dhanam diyate nopakarine deshe kale cha patre cha. That is called Kale Danam, Deshe Danam, Patre Danam. If a person says, I don't have much income, how can I give? Then he is Shaktya Pradhanam. We don't prescribe the amount. We don't say that you should give 1,000 or 2,000 or 50,000, $100,000. We don't say that. We say that you give according to the capacity. It may be even a single dollar, but it should be given. Therefore, giving is important, but not the amount. Therefore, Dhanam is another very important virtue. Then, Yuvati Janakatha Mukha Bhavaha Paresham. Paresham Yuvati Janam means others' wives. Paradaraha, Parapatnyaha. Katha means their activities, moves, or their ways. Mukha means being silent or not talking about. So be silent about the activities or the matters of other women. This is an advice directed towards men. Don't gossip about women. That is the simplest advice. This advice should be appropriately adjusted for women also. Don't gossip about men. Again, that does not mean disrespect or looking down upon. Respect them and keep a respectable distance. There is another Subhashita. Matravat Paradarascha Paradravyani Loštavate Atmavat Sarvabhutani Yaha Pashyati Sapashyati. Matravat Paradharamscha. Look at all women as the universal mother. Paradravyani Loštavate. Look at somebody else's wealth as a lump of clay. Lump of clay. Atmavat Sarvabhutani. Lump of clay means don't attach too much importance. That's the idea. Atmavat Sarvabhutani. Learn to look at everyone as yourself. Yaha Pashyati Sapashyati. That is the right perspective. Therefore, let the attitude be proper. May you not develop undue interest in the wrong thing. Trishna Shroto Vibhangaha. Stop inordinate, uncontrollable flow of desires. May you stop non-stop flow of desires. Srotaha means flow. A stream is called Srotaha. Trishna means Kamaha, desires. The flow of desires. It is said, now Swamiji used to say, our desires are such that it's something like, this tissue paper. You take one, another one will be there. You take another one, another one. So it keep coming. Like that, our desires are the one fulfill, another one. If that fulfill, another will come. So this is our nature. So this flow of Trishna, we should be able to control it. And at least minimum thing you should have. Food, shelter, clothing, recreation, etc. It is necessary for human life. That is necessary. But then when you get into luxuries, then there is no limit. And the whole country's economy is surviving on that. Luxuries, isn't it? How to pamper the body, how to entertain us. So all these things are, so much money is spent. It is $1 billion project. The beauty, how to beautify you, how to, what do you call that? All the face, hair, the whole body, how it looks, etc. These are the things people spend a lot of time and energy. So here he says, please, it's not that he said you should not have desire. You should have desire, but dharmic desire, righteous desire. So dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharadarshava. Bhagavan said in Gita also. In the 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, I am that desire in everyone, but unopposed to unrighteousness. Dharma, no, unopposed to dharma, righteousness. So, unopposed to dharma. So, dharmic desires you can entertain. There is nothing wrong in that. And work hard in a straightforward way, not crooked way. That is good. But you should not have one after another, it's not. You may stop the stream of desires which flow endlessly. Even after 99 years, there can be a desire. Therefore, handle kama. The 3rd chapter also Bhagavan talk about it. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, mahashano mahapatma, vidyena viha vairinam. So I am quoting from Gita. Some of you are Gita students here. Who are all the Gita class students? Oh, okay, good. Others will get there. Okay. And if you don't get it, I am going to give a bird's eye view of the entire Bhagavad Gita, Sampurna Gita. So this is going to be from December 10 to 16, next month. Every day evening, 1.5 hours lecture. It's a bird's eye view of whole 18 chapter in 7 days. You will get it and you should not miss it. Then what happened? Because generally we go one chapter like that, but you don't get the whole picture. But here you will get in 7 days the entire picture of the whole Gita. So don't miss that. It is a very wonderful opportunity, and because I will select the verses, important verses from every chapter, and then I will connect also the thoughts. It's a topic-wise discussion. So it will be very nice. So come. So if you are not familiar with that Gita, come for the lecture. You will get inspired to read Bhagavad Gita. Then, so this kama yesha, krodha yesha, so when you say control of desire, this should be carefully understood. We don't totally condemn kama, because kama is accepted as one of our purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So these are the chaturvida purusharthas. So kama is accepted as one. So we don't condemn it. So don't get this feeling that Hinduism is a very pessimistic religion. They condemn everything. No, don't think that way. If kama is evil, it will not be included in the human goal. So we don't outrightly condemn kama, but we put some conditions with regard to kama. First condition is, let it be dharmic, righteous. Both the means and the end should be righteous. You can earn any amount, there is nothing wrong as long as it is dharmic way. The second condition is, let it be moderate. The third condition is, let it be non-binding. Now, why do we put these three conditions? First, it should be dharmic desire, because adharmic desires will lead to papam and narakam. We suffer. Don't even think about after death, but in this life itself you suffer. Therefore, it should be dharmic desire. Why should it be moderate? What is wrong if it is immoderate? If the desire is not moderate, the problem is that the entire life will be spent for fulfilling material desires alone. There will be no time to religion or spirituality. There will be no puja, no japa, no class, no camp, and the entire time would be spent in office. Therefore, we should pursue material things, but let there be time allocated for the Panchamaha Yajnaha. So, a person who spent making money all the time, he has no time for the family, children. Children will not see the father. And the wife wants to talk to her husband, she has to make an appointment. Isn't it? If that situation comes, it's very difficult. So, therefore, there must be non-binding, because the desire is binding, it will create tension, anxiety, worry, fear, etc. So, the thought is that if the desire comes, you work for it in a dharmic way. If it is fulfilled, Ishwarecha. If it is not fulfilled, also Ishwarecha. That way, if you leave it, it is a non-binding desire. Otherwise, I must get it by hook or crook. Even if I had to kill somebody, it doesn't matter. Dekha jayenge. No, that kind of attitude is there, then you will suffer. Therefore, if we follow these three conditions and have kama, there is no harm. This is the next virtue. Then, gurushucha vinayaha. May you be humble in front of the teachers and elders. There are vayovriddhaha. This value we have to teach our children. Because children growing up in this country, they have no respect for elders or respect for gurus, their teachers. So, there are jnanavriddhaha, vayovriddhaha. So, age-wise they are old. But in knowledge also, they are old, matured. So, that's what jnanavriddhaha. Then Shila Vriddhaha also there, those who have done a lot of good action in the society. Even though they are young, they are experienced in the service. Therefore, respect Jnana Vriddha, Vayo Vriddha, Shila Vriddhaha. Then the next value is Sarva Bhuta Anukampa. May you develop compassion for all living beings. It is nothing but sensitizing the mind. The mind becomes so sensitive that when somebody else is suffering in front of me, I should also be able to feel that suffering. When a person says he has not eaten for 6 days, I should be able to feel the hunger. It is that capacity to feel the pain of others. Once we feel the pain of others, help is natural. We will naturally help, if not for the other person's sake, we will help at least to get rid of your pain. The sensitize the mind alone. To sensitize the mind alone, we have got upavasa. We never develop sympathy towards a poor person otherwise. If we do upavasa on Ekadashi day, we will know what the biting hunger is. Therefore, let the mind become sensitive to feel the suffering. of other beings, not only human, but we should become sensitive towards plants, animals. Even cutting a tree should disturb me. Killing an insect should disturb me. That was Sarva Bhuta Anukampa. All these are Samanya Sarva Shastra Vidhi. General knowledge. It is all coming under common sense knowledge, okay? Common sense is not that common in all. That is a problem. So these are all the general rules prescribed by all Shastras. By general rules, what we mean is that it is not conditioned by Varna or Ashrama. See, there are Samanya Dharmas, Vishesha Dharmas. So, values are also, there are two kinds. One is called Samanya Dharma, another is called Vishesha Dharma. So, our problem is, this Vishesha Dharma is taken for Samanya Dharma, and Samanya Dharma is taken for Vishesha Dharma. This is our problem. Now I will explain to you. Samanya Dharma is that which is common to all humanity. Whether you are a Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim or anyone upon the earth, it is common to all. Now something like Satyam Vada, speak truth, it is common to everybody. Whether you are an Indian or American, it doesn't matter. Then Ahimsa, non-violence. In every religion, it is given. But who practices or not, we don't know. But that is a different thing. But non-violence, Ahimsa, is something that is common to all. Then Vishesha Dharmas are applicable to a particular country, geographical condition, particular climatic situation, it is applicable. There are certain acharas like madi. In our India we have madi, especially South India, there are a lot of madis. How it is practiced, the origin, the genesis of this madi, if you analyze, you understand that it is highly hygienic practice. It is for maintaining hygiene, they practiced it. Now the same hygienic thinking, now when you go to outside, you go for a walk or coming back, when before entering the house you wash your feet and then enter the house. Now here you practice that in the cold, now December, January, you have gone out, you bring the, unless you wash your feet, you won't get inside. It means if you practice that, it's possible. Now, in Madras, there are only 3 types of seasons. Hot, hotter, hottest. Only 3 seasons. Now, Mr. Iyer is, you have to wear dhoti, the cotton dhoti, so that ventilation, the air should ventilate. So, dhoti and, pajama is possible, or angavastram. This is the maximum dress if possible. It is hot. The same Iyer comes to New York, let us say, in January, mid-January, and he insists that I wear only dhoti and angavastram. Then what will happen to him? No, you have to change. Because here it doesn't work. Desha, Kala, this particular pace and time, those acharas will not be applicable here. We have to see the climatic condition, we have to see the situation. Accordingly, you have to change. So a religion should have the elasticity. That unless you have that elasticity to accommodate the modern changing world and requirement, that religion will not last. You can see the culture, Roman civilization, Egyptian civilization, all those things destroyed because of what? They became rigid. Even Catholicism also, Catholics also became so rigid. Therefore, what happened? They have separated. There are Protestant and some other, Christianity also, there are so many divisions now. It is not that Hindus, no, Christianity, in Muslim also there are so many divisions. So every religion has got this problem. They are not able to accommodate the changing situations. But Hindus have that the ability. Hindu religion has got this particular ability to adapt the changing situation. That's why yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. Bhagavan comes, some great Purusha comes and give a new thought, a change of thought, and how to accept the changing situation without sacrificing the original ideas. All these things, they time and again, some Mahavpurusha comes and give a new thought, a new renaissance to our culture. Therefore, our culture survived millions of years, not only 2000 years. These religions are all only 2000 years, 1400 years, that is all. But our culture has been surviving how many millions of years? So that is because of this adaptability. So that is what Bhartrhari says here, that by general rule, what we mean is that it is not conditioned by Varna or Ashrama. They are all Samanya Dharmaha, not Vishesha Dharmaha. Anupahataha Vidhi. They are rules without exception. If a person follow this, he will naturally go towards Shreyas or Moksha. If our Moksha journey is slow down, we will find that we are not following one of these rules. If one of them is not followed, then the Moksha journey is slowed down. Continuing, number 28. Asanto nabhyarthyaha suhridabhinayachya krishadhanaha priyanyaya vrittir malinamasabange pyusakaram vipatyuchchaisteyam padamanuvideyam cha mahatam satam kenodishtam vishamamasidhara vratamidam. Again, Bhartrhari presents certain principle or vows followed by noble people here. It is not that they learned it from somewhere, it is naturally there in their blood. Then Bhartrhari himself says that these are very difficult principles to follow. They are so difficult that it is called Asidhara Vratam. Difficult principle to be followed. Asidhara means razor's edge. Razor's blade has no edge actually. So walking on the razor's blade edge, that's that. Asidhara means razor's edge. So Asidhara Vratam means razor's edge principle. Why are they called razor's edge principle? The idea is, just as it is very difficult to walk over razor's edge, in the same way it is very difficult to adhere to this principle. If a person adhere to this principle, indeed he is really great. Now, what are they? We'll take the second line first. In fact, some books they present the second line itself as the first line. This is with regard to the noble people's livelihood. What do they do for their livelihood? Bhartrhari says, Priya Nyaya Vrittihi. For their livelihood, they take a righteous means. They do not want shortcut method or compromising methods. Nyaya vrittihi means dharmika jivanam. Vritti means vocation, livelihood, profession, etc. It is the work that we do for earning our life. It may be business, it may be working somewhere, it may be writing, it may be teaching, it may be anything. That is called vrittihi. Nyaya vrittihi means they take to be the legitimate way of living, earning. So nyaya vrittihi, legitimate way of earning. Priya, which they love to do. That is, they respect their inclination, their disposition. When a person does work merely for the sake of money, the problem is that there is no job satisfaction. When I do a work with which I am not satisfied, then when Monday comes, there is a lot of resistance to go to work. Therefore, there is a strain every day because there is an incongruity in his liking and the job. Priyanyaya vrittihi is the first principle. Then the second principle is ashubhange api malinam asukaram. Even if life is threatened, he does not do an unrighteous action. He does not take to unrighteous means of earning. That's the point. So malinam means ashuddham, adharmam, papam. Malinam is papa karma. Ashubhangaha means prana nashaha. Ashubhange api malinam asukaram. Even if I lose my life, I cannot do unrighteous action. Lord Krishna said in Gita, Swadharme nithanam shreyaha. Even if I had to die performing my duty, it is considered nobler. Swadharme nithanam shreyaha. Paradharmat bhayavaha. So there was a guru, there is a story about Guru Govind Singh, two children. The Muslim wanted to convert them to Islam. So they said, nothing doing, I am not going to sacrifice my faith. And they threatened him, we will kill you, doesn't matter. And these two boys happily accepted death. Even last moment they gave a choice. And they said no. They were killed. So that's why Sudharme Thidanam, this is the second principle. Ashubhangaha. So malinam, ashuddham, karma, one should not do. There is financial crisis and he has to borrow money. What does he do? Come to the first line. Asantaha na abhyarthaha. Even in financial crisis, he should not ask from people who have earned money through unrighteous means. Those people who are, what is that, black marketers and all that. He will not ask money from a person who has earned through doubtful means. It is because when such money is taken along with the money, that papam also comes to us. Such a papam is called asat parigraha papam, borrowing ill-gotten wealth. In the daily Sandhya Vandanam, this particular mantra is chanted. If you are doing Sandhya Vandanam, then you know. Apaha punantu prithvi puta punantu mam punantu brahmanaspatir Brahmaputa Punatumam. This mantra you are chanting. So Sarvam Punantumam Apaha. That's the idea. This jalam should remove all the papam. Once the papam is asatancha pradigraham, if I have taken something from people of less character, for a brahmachari it was important because he has to take bhiksha from several people, olden days, and doing sandhya vandanam would neutralize it. It's something like take Tirupati laddu and afterward taking injection, insulin injection, something like that. Asat parigraha doshaha will come, therefore he does not knowingly receive. This is the third principle. Can he borrow from his friends? What should he do? There also he says, Sushrudapi Krishadanaha Nayachyaha. He will also not ask from his friend if the friend himself is in trouble. Krishadhanaha. Krishadhanaha means who himself is poor, who himself doesn't have much wealth. If I am in trouble and I ask a friend who himself is poor, what will he do? Because he is close friend, he will give because he doesn't want to say no. Having given money to me, he will suffer. Therefore, I will be indirectly responsible for his suffering. Instead of that, it is better I myself suffer. Don't inform about your difficulty to him. Therefore, Suhratapi Nayachyaha, he will not ask. If he get help from a person who can, or if he can earn in the righteous manner, then and then alone he will continue such way of life. Suppose by following such a life, he is in a big crisis, what will he do? Bhartrihari says he will face it. Uchchaihi steyam. If he is in crisis or difficulty, he will face it with boldness, keeping his head high, without self-condemnation, without self-pity. He doesn't have self-pity or self-condemnation because he is proud of himself. He has got that moral strength that he is following a dharmic, a righteous way of life. He may be poor eternally, but he has got that inner strength. Therefore, he doesn't put his head down for his poverty. Uchchaihi steyam. He keeps his head high even in adversity. Not only that, Mahatam padam anuvidheyam. Even in such a difficulty, he will follow the path of the Noble One. Mahatam padam means the path followed by Mahatmas, like Dharmaputra, Rama, etc. Padam means their footsteps. Anuvidheyam means should be followed. This is the principle. Vishwamitra tried all things just to make Harishchandra tell one lie. After some time, Nakshatraka came to Vishwamitra and said, you have already won the case. Why are you torturing him? Vishwamitra asked, what are you talking? Nakshatraka said, almost every time you meet him and give him trouble, he has been addressing you as Karuna Sindho. Is he not telling a lie? He is addressing you as a man of compassion, but you are torturing him. Therefore, he has told a lie long before. Therefore, you have won. So, Harishchandra did not give up the path. Mahatam padam anuvidheyam. Such a life is idam vishamam asidhara vratam. This is the asidhara vratam, which is extremely difficult. Wow. The beauty is, Bhartrihari says, satam kena uddishtam, means uddishtatam. means, so he asked the question, who taught these values to noble people? This indicates that nobody taught this value. They are inherent, sahajam, natural to noble people. The other people will have to acquire these values. Now, continuing, these are difficult path. Anyway, just to keep an idea. Parivartini samsare mritakko va na jayate. This is 32nd. Parivartini samsare mritakko va na jayate. Sajato yena jatena yeti vamsha samunnatim. In this, Bhartrihari says that human life is such a rare one that one should accomplish something or the other in this life so that your family will be proud of you. Make your family proud of you. They should love to talk about you to everyone, because merely being born as a human being is not a great thing. It is because to be born on earth, you require only one qualification. You should have died in the previous janma. Therefore, he says, Parivartini samsare. In the cyclic world of life and death, Parivartini means cyclic. In the cyclic world of life and death, Mrtaha Kovana Jayate. Which dead person is not born? It means every dead person is reborn. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Bhagavan said in Gita. When is the birth as a human being validated? Sajataha. Only that person is really born because of whom the family gets elevated. The family feels proud. Yena vamshaha samunnatim yati. Kulam pavitram janani kritartha. Vasundara punyavati cha yena. Apara satchit sukha sagaresmin. Nilampare brahmani yasya chetaha. Leenambare brahmani yasya chetaha. If a person becomes wise, the parents are happy, and it seems the forefathers will jump up and down in the heaven. All the kulam will glorify him. If the mother is happy at the time of the birth of the child, mother is much happier when she listens to the glorification coming from the society. So do something or other which will make the family proud of you. That is the advice of Bhartrihari. Okay, continuing, number 40. Tanindriyanyavikalani tadeva nama sa buddhira pradihata vachanam tadeva artoshmana virahita purushakshanena sopyanyayeva bhavatiti vichitrametat. Previously, Bhartrihari talks about the glory of knowledge. He mentioned how knowledge is the imperishable inner wealth. Now we are going to see some verses in which Bhartrihari talks about the glory of wealth, glory of money. Not only Saraswati is important, but Lakshmi is as important as Saraswati. This we agree, right? We don't disagree with that. But in Vedanta Shastra, we do talk about the limitation of wealth. That's why when you receive a Swami, you say, na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage neke amrtatva manashuhu parena nakam nihitam guhayam viprajate jatayo vishanti na karmana na prajaya na dhanena. So he mentioned how knowledge, there he said, na prajaya na dhanena tyageneke amrtatva manasu. It is said that one cannot get moksha through wealth. In Brihadaranyaka it is said, amrtatvasya na shasti vittena. Immortality cannot come through wealth. In Kathopanishad, Nachiketa says, na vittena tarpaniyo manushyaha. One cannot get fulfillment through wealth. In Bhajagovindam also Shankaracharya says, artham anartham bhavaya nityam nastittava sukha leshas satyam putrata vichara pajam bhiti sarvatraiha bhita bhitihi. Wealth not only cannot give moksha, but sometimes wealth can also be a problem. Thus, all the time we have been talking about the negative side of wealth. Bhartrihari says that we should also know the positive side of wealth also. Otherwise, we will have a lopsided perspective. That's why people don't like Vedanta, because they come, we talk, negative side of wealth. That's why we don't like to come to Vedanta classes. Bhartrihari is now polishing it, okay, for your sake. Wealth is very important power, he says. That is why in our culture, wealth is looked upon as a devata, Sakshat Lakshmi Devi. In some other religion, they look down upon gold or money as some kind of maya, Rakshasik. But in our culture, money is glorified as Lakshmi Devi. Not only that, but money is also accepted as one of the Purusharthas. So that's why Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the Chaturveda Purusharthas. Not only that, but money is an important means for both material as well as spiritual growth. Money foundation is required both for building up spirituality as well as material growth. Everybody knows the necessity of money for material growth. One may wonder what the contribution of money in spiritual growth or moksha. Shankaracharya says regarding that in his Shikshavalli, where in Taittiriya Upanishad there is a Shikshavalli, first chapter, where Upanishad presents a ritual for getting wealth. The ritual is called Avahanti Homaha. Now don't ask me what it is, okay? I know after the class somebody will ask me that. Ask the Pandit, they will tell you. Avahanti Homa. Avahanti vitanvana uvana chiramatmanaha. So there is a Avahanti Homa is mentioned in Taittiriya Upanishad. Now Shankaracharya raises a question there. Why should we talk about money in the context of Upanishad? It is a Moksha Shastra. Taittiriya deal with Moksha, it is Upanishad. In the Moksha Shastra, why should there be a ritual for wealth? Avahanti Homa. Then Shankaracharya gives the connection between wealth and moksha. He said, Dhanam Dharmartham. Money is required to practice or follow dharma. This topic is very elaborately discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, where he says, the money, it is not for, dharma is not practiced for money. It is the other way around. Money is required for practice of dharma. And dharma will give you punyam. That punyam will purify your mind. Purified mind is for moksha. So this is how the connection is given there. So by dharma we mean Panchamaha Yajna. Devayajna requires money. Devayajna means puja, worship, etc. This require money. Then Pitrayajna, like Shraddha, require money. The Panditji, at least you have to give dakshina. So this is require money. Manushya like Annadanam, etc. That is also require money. And Brahmayajna requires money. The study of Veda requires dakshina. That is called Brahmayajna. Then finally, Bhudayajna also requires money. Therefore, Dhanam, Dharmarthanam, Dharmartham. Dharma Chitta Shuddhyartham. Without following Dharma, one cannot get Chitta Shuddhihi. Chitta Shuddhi means purity of mind. Purity of mind means less and less ragadveshas. That's called purity of mind. Now, we have so much strong ragadveshas. I like this, I don't like this, That has to get neutralized. Whether it is there or not, it doesn't matter. Well, today there is no hot water to take bath, doesn't matter. I'll take a bath in cold water. Today you don't have certain luxuries. Air condition is not working. Heater is not working. Don't keep complaining all the time. Do the needful, fine. But then don't keep on worrying people and ring everybody. Give a call to all neighbors and disturb them also. And I don't have heat today. I don't know what is happening to this township. You call these people, they don't come. They will say between 1 and 4. Now, when between 1 and 4, when he will come? The whole time I have to waste waiting for these people. Like this, you keep complaining. That is not necessary. So that is called the purity of mind. Acceptance. Whatever comes, you should be able to accept without reaction. So this reaction-free mind is called pure mind. We don't act nowadays. What we do is we react. So this is a problem. A mental reaction. If somebody tells you you are a fool, immediately you have to react. Saying that what? If I am a fool, you are a buffalo. You have to say. Better. But somebody calls you a buffalo, what you should do immediately? Calm your mind and say, look at your ears, it is not grown, no tail also. Oh, my friend, I think you are addressing the wrong person. That should be the attitude. So, dharma chitta shuddhyartham. Without following dharma, one cannot get chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi jnanartham. Without chitta shuddhi, one cannot get jnanam, knowledge. Jnanam mokshartham. Jnanam is what? Jnana, that desire for knowledge comes only when your mind has certain purity. Otherwise, you will not sit in the class. But nowadays, you are all sitting in the class because the children are there. If the children are not there, you will not be here, isn't it? You are like an imprisoned situation. But if your mind is pure, you start enjoying it. You look forward to it. So that is called the lakshana of purity of mind. And without jnanam, moksha is not possible. Now, why do I need moksha, you say? So people ask this question all the time. Swamiji, I am not interested in moksha. Why are you keep on telling about moksha? We are happy. I have a very good wife and a husband also very nice. He listens to me. And I have 2 children, Chunnu, Munnu. They are also good behaving children. And good house also. And I have a very good job. And both of us are working. And we have a good wealth. Everything is there. 2, 3 imported cars also there. So that a good amount of money in the bank. Everything is going on good. Why are you worried about asking us? And it is a mistake that I came to your class. Because you say I am not happy. How do you say that? The Vedanta class is a problem. Actually, they tell you you are not happy. Who said I am not happy? The study of scriptures is not for when you have a problem. Study of our scriptures is not when you get into a problem, you go to the study of the scriptures. It is something like when you are in trouble, you go to the temple, isn't it? Most of us, we do that. So when you are sick, you try allopathy, homeopathy, sympathy, naturopathy, then go to Tirupati. Last thing, isn't it? So this scriptural study, satsang, Bhagavad Gita study, etc., is to prepare yourself to face the challenges in life. You say everything is good, but there will be, especially this country, nothing is going to be good all the time. You know how temporary the jobs are, how temporary the investments are. You thought that you have invested in a good place, but then what happened? The whole thing would collapse one day. And what happened? Yesterday you are a millionaire, today what? Pauper. So uncertain is the economy, and so uncertain is the job situation. So uncertain is our life also. And you can see, yesterday he was doing very good, today he is gone completely. Some unknown disease. Today medical science has advanced so much, but still there are certain diseases we are not able to determine. Suddenly something happened. So, how to face that situation? We have to get prepared. And that preparation is what is given by our scriptures. So don't take it lightly. So you may not need moksha, but at least you want a peaceful life, isn't it? This is what everybody wants. Swamiji, everything is there, shanti nahi hai. So that is another problem everybody has got. There is no mental peace. And this you cannot buy in the market. Because now everything is there in the market available, capsule form. So can I buy peace in capsule form? But there are people who sell that also, but those are different. Okay, I am not talking about that peace. Therefore, even spiritual growth requires the foundation of money. Therefore, better give money its due importance. It does have limitation, but it does have certain power also. Therefore, the first glory of wealth is that it contributes to moksha indirectly. This is first Lakshmi Mahima. Bhartrihari does not mention that here. We have to understand that in these two verses, Bhartrihari says that money is required to get respect in the society. Respect in society does not come without wealth. Whether it is right or wrong, we do not know, but the people respect a person only if money is there. Bhartrihari says that if a person loses his wealth, even though all other faculties are there, that person suddenly becomes a stranger. Suddenly people change their attitude. They don't smile. They stop the friendship. They go through another route. This is all because of one thing. The intellect is there, knowledge is there, beauty is there, body is there. One thing is missing. That is money. Bhartrihari uses nice word. He says the warmth of wealth is gone. So when wealth goes, the warmth is gone. That means that person is as though dead, because everybody ignores him as though he is a dead person. Everybody behaves as though he is an utter stranger. This is the loka niyati. better know this rule of the world that is set here. Time? Okay. Tani indriyani. You have to imagine a person who has suddenly lost all the wealth because of business loss. Bhartrihari says, Tani indriyani. He has got the same set of organs. Avikalani, intact. Avikalam means intact. Tadeva namaha, the same. The name also has not changed. He has the same name. There is another reading also, Tadeva karmaha. He has got the same function in the society. Sa aparati hata buddhihi. Sa aparati hata buddhihi. He has got the same intellect which is unobstructed, sharp. Aparati hata means unimpaired, unaffected. That means he continued to be intelligent. His speech also is the same. Whatever language he has been using, whatever style he has got, also same. But there is a small change. What is that? Artha ushmana virahitaha. Ushma means the warmth. So the warmth of wealth has gone away from him. He is without the warmth of wealth. Saha eva purushaha, the same person. What happens in the society? Kshanena anyaha bhavati. Bhavaiti. Kshanena anyaha bhavaiti. Within a moment, he becomes a stranger to all people. Previously, they were introducing him as their relative, but now there is no introduction. Anyaha means a stranger. That person becomes a stranger in a moment. Etat vichitram. Strange indeed are the ways of the world. This is one glory of wealth. It makes a person alive. So a wealthy man is as though alive and poor man is as though dead. The life and death seems to depend upon money only. Then Bhartrihari shows the other side. This is called Anvaya Vedireka. He has shown what happened to a man in the absence of money. Now he wants to show you what happened in the presence of money. He wants to show how so many other things come along with money. So the contrast is shown in the next verse. 41. Yasyasti vittam sa narakulinaha sapandidas sasutavan gunatnyaha sayeva vakta sajadarshaniyaha sarve guna kanchanamashrayanti. The last line is very famous. Sarve gunaha kanchanamashrayanti. All these are properly quoted verse, very popularly quoted verse. Yasya vittam asti sa naraha kulinaha. If a person has got wealth, then everybody tells that he belongs to a noble family. Yasya vittam asti sa naraha kulinaha. If a person has got wealth, then everybody tells that he belongs to a noble family. How he got wealth, nobody asks. That he has got wealth, that's enough. Even though you cannot talk about the family, if there is money, a foster son can come from somewhere, a wedding can take place from somewhere, and the whole world, including BBC, will report it. It is all because of money. Any kind of atharma or akrama can pass because of wealth. Nobody, including the Prime Minister, will question. Therefore, sanaraha kulinaha. Kulinaha means uttama kule jataha. Sa panditaha. Even though they have not passed even the 4th grade, all universities will vie with one another, giving doctorate after doctorate, isn't it? How many politicians are doctorate? They have not even gone to the college. The person does not even know how to put the signature, thumb impression. Therefore, sa panditaha, he is the doctorate, he is a great man. Sa shrutavan, he is considered to be learned in the Shruti. In the scriptures also, panditaha refers to laukika jnanam. Shrutavan refers to shastriya jnanam. People glorify him as learned in material sciences as well as spiritual sciences. They will call him for Vedic conferences to inaugurate. He doesn't know anything about Veda, but he is the one chief guest there. He would not even know what Veda is, but he would be presiding over a Vedic conference because he has got one qualification. What is that? Gunatnyaha. He is considered to be one who knows the gunas, the greatness of other people. That is, he is put in the committee where rewards have to be given in various fields. Even though he does not have any idea about that, they consider him as qualified to choose or select people for awards in different fields. Sayeva Vakta, he alone is the speaker, inaugurator, president in any function, even though he does not know anything. There is a popular joke. It really did happen. One minister asked his secretary to write a 10-minute speech. He read it and it came to 20 minutes. Then he asked his secretary as to why he wrote a 20-minute speech when he asked to write only 10-minute speech. On inquiry, the secretary found that the minister has read the carbon copy also. He did not even know the difference between the original and carbon copy. They are the vaktas. Sacha darshaniyaha. In Kerala, sometime before, Kerala is the most illiterate state. The education minister has not gone to school. He is the education minister. Now what to do? Sacha darshaniyaha. Everybody glorifies him as the most handsome, a person with personality, glorifying about the glorification. All the qualification depend upon one qualification, that is money. There are two more verses not in this text, but they are connected with the same idea. They are very nice verses. I'll share them with you. They tell us how people will treat a person when he doesn't have money. Mata nindati nabhinandati pita Bhratana sambhashate Bhrityakyupyati nanugacchati sutah Kanta chanalangite Artha prarthana shankayana kurute Sambhashanam vai suhrate Tasmat dravyamuparjaya shrunu sakhe Dravyena sarve vashaha. Vikramartha Charitam. Mata nindati, mother criticizes. Na abhinandati pita, father does not appreciate or admire. Bhratana sambhashate, brother is not even speaking terms. Brityaha kupyati, even servant get angry. Na anugacchati sutaha, the son does not want to follow the father. Kanta chana alingyate, wife does not even love the husband. Arthaha prarthana sankhyaha na kurute mitram cha sambhashanam. A friend does not want to meet as he is afraid that you will ask for money. He will change the route. What we understand by the tasmat dravya uparjaya shunu sakhe, earn well. Why? Dravyena sarve vashaha. Then another poet says that this is not only the rule of the world, this is a rule even for gods. Because while churning the ocean, Samudra Raja had two products. Lakshmi Devi was born out of the ocean, and Visham, the poison, also came. Samudra Raja wanted to distribute them to appropriate people. Then Samudra Raja looked around. He saw Sakshat Mahavishnu, who was well ornamented with Pitambaram, etc., and gave Lakshmi to him. There was Shiva who did not decorate well, who did not have any ornaments. He was just standing there, and therefore he was given poison. Even Devatas are also partial. Kim vasasa tatra vicharaniyam vamapradhanam kalu yogyatayaha Pitambaram vikshadado swakanya charmambaram viksha visham samudraha. That is the translation I gave you already. Here the poet is explaining why we should dress well. You will be considered yogyaha if you dress well. That is why, in Putana Moksham, you must have read in Bhagavatam. See, Putana, ugly looking person, Rakshasi. But when she saw that if I go like this Yashoda Mai will not allow me to see Krishna. So he changed herself to be beautiful, like Lakshmi herself coming down to the earth. Such a beautifully she dressed. And everybody gave way. And even Yashoda Devi also welcomed her. So that's why Pitambaram Vikshya Dadau Vakanyam Charmambaram Vikshya Visham Samudraha. Therefore, Bhattiri says that even social respect comes because of wealth. Better accept this law. There may be exception, but this is the general rule. Okay? Okay, thank you. We'll stop here. We have more verses, okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri